at least somebody has to come out and take care of the cracks, because otherwise you're going to be replacing the whole road. And I understand you're going to have Sicklerville Road repaved from,
That's correct.
I don't know if any of you guys ever drove into the TD Bank, CVS access thing, the drainage ditches that are in there. When you have all that paving going on Sicklerville Road, it'd be nice to get them in there to at least fill in those ruts.
Yeah, you know, sir, the issue though is that is a private property.
I understand that, but I don't think they're going to do anything, and they are the drainage. I don't think that those properties put those drainage ditches in.
Yeah,
I think the township or somebody else put them in.
Well, I don't, all I know is it is private property on that parking lot there. So we wouldn't be able to take money from a project that's being done, which is being done by the county for Sicklerville Road.
Well, is there any way we can contact them and at least ask them to, I mean, the equipment's going to be there. I mean, it's got to be a lot less to do it then than to get somebody out to do it on their own.
It's even a code, it's like ruts, and you know, you go over the, it's like in a parking lot. Yeah, in the back. I don't know if it's a code. See, I don't know if it's even a code violation.
Well, I don't think it is. It's just something that, I don't know if they know about it, how much inconvenient it is for, you know, it almost jumps you out of your seat when you go in there. Well, I just thought maybe somebody could mention it to them, or I guess maybe I have to mention it to them.
I'm sure they're aware of it. They're probably not wanting to fix it, but we'll reach out to them.
Oh, okay. I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else? Yes, sir, in the township.
I'm Ron, 29 Mayapple. Mr. Mayor, thank you for coming out. I really do appreciate that. I understand you're doing the football fields now. My problem has been 2.5 years ongoing, not just when I called you. I have 47 emails to Lynn, 32 voicemails to Lynn. Mr. Cantwell came out. Someone from MUA came out. Len sent someone out. Everyone's battling that it's not their issue. So it's been 2.5 years. They would have came out and just dug the weeds out like I asked, which he said it's not his property. This would have been resolved. The water flow would have kept going.
Yeah.
Now it's totally, you saw it.
Oh,
After the storm was just happened, it got worse.
yeah, and I can only say that I was out about a month ago. I guess.
Right.
So,
No, I understand. I just want everyone to know I've been here several times and complained about it over the last 2.5 years. I've had Michelle say, I'm going to come out and check it out, never showed up. He came out and said he's going to take care of it. They get one email back. Len, so many promises. Last time he called me was right before Christmas. At 5:05 said, I'm going to Christmas break, call me back, sorry I missed you. I have that voicemail, by the way, if you don't believe me.
I don't believe
So, I mean, I know you don't,
well,
whatever.
But the issue is this. You contacted me.
Right.
I came out. I contacted John. He went out. They contacted the MUA. They went out again. They contacted Lynn. They went out again. You were right. Everyone was saying that it's not really their problem, but we're solving it now.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. I just wanted to the board.
So,
I just want to know it's been 2.5 years,
we're
not just the
going to
month that I
attempt to solve it.
contacted you.
We're going to attempt to solve it.
Right,
That's
exactly.
So
Yeah, no, I just wanted to know, you know, it's just another note. Okay? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else? Yes, sir.
Good evening, everybody from the panel, Mr. Mayor, Vice President. I had to speak up. I'm John Manning, by the way, 2 Spicebush, and I have to concur with my other neighbors. It's gotten to the point now with the drugs and the drinking on the properties that they've used my space on 2 Spicebush side by the Huckleberry Road. They use that for privacy now. So my privacy's become theirs. And every week I go by and I trim and I sculpt my bushes and take care of the yard, and I got to take up their trash. And it's getting worse. Now I've confronted these people, and of course they have no knowledge of this, but they'll tell their friends. Now, short of them harassing me for pointing it out to them, or short of me getting a surveillance system to catch them in the act, I think that we need some more presence from the police department to come out during off hours, not just prime time. I think that if the criminal element sees that they're going to be somewhere 20 minutes or 10 minutes, and you fluctuate the times that you come out so that they can't time you, I think we'll catch these kids. And it's really getting disturbing. I mean, we pay a lot of money per year to live there, and we're not getting any representation until after something's happened. So I think a deterrent measure would be acceptable or fair to ask for. Number two, I'd like to also concur with them about the rough roads. I see all my neighbors bottoming out their cars trying to get in and out of their driveways. Of course, there's no potholes that I know of in my section. I can't speak for the whole neighborhood, but in my section it's kind of clear. There is cracks and grass growing through the cracks, and the curbs are separated from the roads. But I noticed in every driveway, you got to have an SUV or something that's high enough to get over these humps to get into your own driveway. I think it's unacceptable after being built 16 years ago. And number three, I don't know if this is the right arena to bring this up, but there's a Burger King at Cross Keys Road with no way of getting out into oncoming traffic, and there's 2 rows of either eastbound or northbound traffic going to Sicklerville Road. Now, people take it upon themselves to either cut through 2 rows of standing traffic or take it upon the other people that are standing there waiting for the light to turn and take their word that it's clear to go and get T-boned every time. Now, myself, I've gotten that happen to me 3 months ago, and there's no sign there to say no left turn. But if you make a left turn, you're taking your life in your hands. So I think if we get a sign out there, no
Mr.
left turn.
Manning, is that
That on the Winslow
across from
side?
CVS or what's
Correct,
that?
right across from.
So that's really.
Is that a different township?
No,
Oh,
the
okay.
township is- it's Winslow Township.
All right.
The Berlin Cross Keys Road is the dividing line between the 2 townships. Now, we work collectively with the Winslow Township Police Department to, enforce that area.
Gotcha.
Maybe we can bring that to the attention of Winslow Township.
I really think it would curb the amount of accidents. I mean,
Yeah.
it's silly for a young couple, 18, 20 years old, to get hammered by an SUV because they can't see through 2 rows of traffic. And that's all I had. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you for coming out.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Mr. Brett, could I just ask the residents one question? In reference to the drug trafficking, have you all started a town watch?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm in charge of the town. watch.
Recently,
We've had
or
the
has it
officers
been-
out. No, we've been doing this for 6 years.
Oh, okay.
But recently, it's gotten more heated because I think it's gotten more active over the summer. We've always had people that are non-residents going to our neighborhood park. We believe that part of the problem is the quality of the park, the lack of lights on the park. Since it's not packed with children because you don't want to take your kid there so they get hurt. So that's where they go. In fact, when Mr. Mayor came, they were waiting for the drug drop, and then the car pulled up and saw us standing outside, and they were confused what to do. There's adults. That guy, I think I've seen him on TV. Should we do the drugs or not? So, and it happens 2 to 3 times a day at his house. I didn't believe it till I saw it myself. And then there's other homes in our development that are also getting drops. And we do know the homes, and the homes have been, things are being investigated, and we are working with the police department. But we believe that maintenance issues and the fact of the neighborhood having normal wear and tear that's not being maybe taken care of like it should be are part of the problem why drug trafficking is increasing as time goes on. If you have a nice, beautiful park, perhaps, and it's packed with kids, perhaps at 2 in the afternoon, there won't be people sitting there doing heroin.
I was curious. We went through a similar situation in where I live, and we had started a very strong town watch, and it was extremely effective when everyone had gotten involved, and I didn't hear anyone mention that, so I wasn't sure if that was something that was started.
Well, yes, we are finding we're finding more effectiveness after the meeting we had with the 2 officers. The trouble is our park abuts a drainage basin that's covered in woods. And we actually have 2 drainage basins where you can do whatever. And during our cleanup that we did for the mini grant, we found so much drug paraphernalia. And I'm not talking, you
Beer
know,
bottles.
just cigars and beer bottles. I'm talking broken up mirrors with cocaine residue, half-done bags of coke, syringes. And in our community, if you rode around our community, I mean, you see people whose homes were built in 2006, big 5-bedroom ones, and they have to look at that. They're mad. That's all I can say. And they keep calling me, so I have to come here.
I mean, I understand, town watches kind of curb it, but I think the presence from police and enforcement would help us too. I mean, I don't think one without the other would work. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else? Yes, sir.
Kenneth Sheffield, Mulberry Station, Huckleberry Avenue, 28. I want to address some concerns of neighborhood that's starting to get everybody's attention with vandalism and stuff like that. The kids are getting the word that things are pretty comfortable to them as far as hanging out in different areas like the parks, as everyone's been saying, because of no lighting at the park. We talked with the mayor in reference to how lighting could be provided out there, but not at dark, just so that kids can't go behind the bushes because of the basin we have is behind the pine trees, and it's like a concealment for them. They go back there in the woods and they do what they want to do. It's pitch dark and it's right between the expressway and the street there. So it's an ideal place for them to make transactions with drugs. We see the cars coming in. We're seeing a lot of out-of-state cars coming into the neighborhood that no one recognizes. They come in and they don't go to any particular house per se. They'll just park by the curb and sit there and text, talk on the cell phone. Another car come up, walk up to the car. It's like you're watching a TV show. So these are the concerns that we need a quick response where we make a call to the police department, because residents have pictures of the cars. We've obtained license plate numbers and, the identification of the vehicles. And I think there was one car that was stopped. It could be on record, the car was stopped, and I understand that this individual changes his plates. So,
I couldn't.
so we want to know what was the outcome of that, because if I did that, I wouldn't be standing here today. I'd be, incarcerated. So that was a question. Is that, everybody was saying, is that could be legal?
I can't specifically.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
I can't specifically say about that case. Obviously, someone switching places is
Well,
illegal.
Yeah, that got
And I can assure
everybody.
you that the officer stopped that enforcement action will be taken.
Well, if we can get the feedback on what the results was at, because everybody is questioning, can you do this? Same car, different plate, and you go on your way.
No, well, I'm going to tell you that more than likely not, what you're describing.
Yeah. Well, the residents are seeing it happening, and we just had to call to find out what was the outcome of the findings.
Yeah, I think it's great. I want to certainly commend
If you can get back to us on that, and
Yeah, no, I just want to say, I certainly want to commend you and your neighbors on the 2 neighborhood watches, I believe, that we've had. Your compliments towards Corporal Brannon, and that the communication lines are there, certainly. I think that there's been some great, certainly some relationship building here with members of the community. And quite honestly, quite a bit of police presence, and I'll get you some of those details for you, and rest in your neighborhood as well. So I just want to be very clear about that. That vehicle. I listened to that call that you're speaking about. That
Okay.
was stopped.
Okay, then you're familiar with it.
So,
okay.
there's been quite a bit of enforcement activity in the neighborhood, and there will continue to be so. But I do want to say that some of the investigations that you're speaking about take time,
Okay.
and in some cases require secrecy. Unfortunately, right now that's not
Yeah,
the case.
I understand.
You're talking about it, but some of those situations are delicate, and with the type of investigations that we're speaking about, we just need to be mindful of that. They will take time, and they will take a certain way to report it and a certain measure of action.
Okay,
Thank you very much, Chief.
thank you. Also, another issue we have is the basins. There's a couple of them there, and they're pretty deep. And in our litter program, we went around to the both of them. The woods have come completely over the drainage part. It's dangerous because, our kids wander off into the woods playing. I'll say there's trees and weeds and bushes completely grown over the drain for the water. So God forbid a kid goes in there and fall down into one of those drains and become unconscious and nobody sees it. So we were wondering, could a fence be put around it because, just to keep kids from wandering down in there playing because it's so deep. If you're on the roadway, a kid could be in the bottom and you would never see them.
Sir, I'm unsure about the likelihood of a fence, but as you were speaking, Director Motha was notating the location of that particular basin, and I would defer to him when his men go out there to take a look at that basin.
Okay, that particular basin is on the end of Mulberry Street.
Mulberry Street.
Yes, at the end of the street, where you turn around, because it's like the end of it. Yeah, cul-de-sac. Over to the left is where the most dangerous part of it is. People used to walk their dogs around it, but now the forests have grown so far out there, it's over the concrete drain. The drain is about as high as I'll say the ledge area. But if they've been out there, they'll see it needs to be all cleared out. Cut the trees cut down where you can see to the other side,
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Anything?
It's about the basin that's behind where the open field is, where the tot lot is, that basin back there?
No.
The other one?
This is the other one.
If you
Yeah.
immediately go into our neighborhood where the new sign is and make a left, that's Mulberry Street.
Okay.
And take that to the dead end where the cul-de-sac is, over by where the AC Expressway tree line is. Right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Matter of fact, it was so dangerous looking, we didn't even go in there to try to retrieve the debris that we saw in there because it's enough. You step on a branch and it could be like a 4-foot hole or something, when anybody get injured. So, appreciate it if you
Check
check
out
that
tomorrow.
out. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else, sir?
On the solar panels on Sicklerville Road, you were speaking of it. Is that down by Valari's restaurant?
No, that's different. That's a private ownership, the solar panel, the solar field there on Valari's.
Okay, the ones,
On the Gems landfill is located on Erie Road, sorry. Erie Road and Hickstown Road.
oh, that's where the old ground,
The old landfill.
you're right, the old landfill. Okay. Okay, because I was thinking it was down by the restaurant and banquet club, sir. Okay, I think that's about all I had that wasn't said, but appreciate all your listening concerns, and we'll be just looking to hear from everybody, and we'll go from there. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else? Seeing none, we'll close the second public portion. Oh, Mr. Brown? Mr. Brown will be our last speaker.
All right, my name's David Brown. I also live in Mulberry Station, so I'm actually here for that tonight. As you remember, I'm new to the neighborhood. I really like the neighborhood. I come from living in the country, so where we live is next to a farm, so it makes me feel a little more at home. But, we've all been talking about the roads being rough. They're very rough, no matter what you drive. My wife's van does bottom out every time we pull out of the driveway. But with the neighborhood, I just got talking to them this week. This was the first time I got to talk to a bunch of them, and with the neighborhood watches and stuff like that. I'll be getting involved in that also. But I just letting y'all know, I really do like this neighborhood. It's real nice. The community comes together, and just seems like it's home. And that's what you want in any area that you move into. Some things that I talked to the mayor about last time, and I talked to Sergeant back there, Corporal back there, make sure I get that right, about a code violation letter that I got. And he and I played phone tag for one whole day because we were trying to figure out what it was for. And we come to find out that it wasn't for what it was written for. They had made a mistake. It was for something else. The guy who wrote it actually came out and talked to me. And as soon as he told me, oh, okay, no problem. My basketball goal was out on the street. I didn't know it was against the rules. All right, so I moved it. No problem. So I do appreciate him taking care of that with the police department. Hey, they didn't have to come out there, but after playing phone tag, it was nice that they actually took the time to do that. So I really do appreciate that. The thing that was brought up earlier about the person saying something about going back to Tennessee, they have never talked to me. I called them. They have never talked to me, said a word to me at all.
Did they speak to anyone else in your household?
Talked to my wife
After I called.
after she called too.
I think, Mr. Brown, if to resolve that situation, perhaps you should contact that individual.
I've tried.
I can't play principal.
Yeah, oh yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying, if you're going to say something like that, apologize in public where you made the statement. Don't hide. This should be televised on TV, the township meetings. I've never been in a place where they haven't been.
We live stream our meetings, sir.
I want to see it on TV. I don't streamline nothing. I'm from back home. I see Waterford Township have theirs on TV. I watch theirs. It's real interesting. It's quite, honestly, I gotta say, this is a whole lot better than their meetings. Everything's a little bit calmer. But it just seems to me if you're gonna make the comment in this meeting place, you apologize in this meeting place. Don't hide behind a telephone. And that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you.
We'll close the second public portion. Polling the directors.
Mr. Moffett?
I have nothing to report at this time.
Mr. Lechner?
I have nothing to add, thank you.
Chief Earl?
Nothing to report, thank you.
Mr. Carlemere?
Nothing to report.
Mr. Cardis?
Nothing to report.
Mr. Hutchison?
Thank you very much for coming out and expressing your opinion.
Mr. Schmidt?
Thank you very much for coming out. Your opinions are valued. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Mr. Seiler?
Yes, I would like to thank the police for their work on Project Paddle. That is a very important project as far as kids in this township is concerned. And also would like to congratulate the police for receiving the New Jersey Traffic Safety Award. Thank you.
Mrs. Gentek?
I'd also like to congratulate the police on Project Battle and the other award that you received. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and voicing your concerns. And I'd also like to say we've had a lot of grand openings, so it's really exciting to see that businesses are coming into Gloucester Township. And there will be another grand opening for October 6th. It's the Book Asylum, and they sell used books. So they're going to have a grand opening. That's the day before the Pumpkin Festival. So we hope that everybody visits all the grand openings. Yogo Factory is delicious. So I hope everybody gets there. Thanks.
Mrs. Trotter? I'd like to congratulate the police also with the presentations with the battle and the traffic law enforcement. And thank you everyone for sharing your information. I appreciate it. Have a great week. Mr. Mercado?
I also want to congratulate our police department for Project Battle. Also give my best to Miss Kenny on her retirement. Holding those signs when it's windy, they're difficult. Give her one of those signs. Also, I want to bring up something. Resolution 200 to 204 were grants that the police department had procured for the township. So I wanted to add $14,000 for exercise improvement, 14,000, another 14, almost 15,000 for a bulletproof vest grant, 4,400 for a drive sober get pulled over grant, $10,500 for a safe and secure grant, and also a 5,000 emergency management grant. Those, that initiative is shown by our police department and chief, and you can tell the folks that secure those grants that we appreciate it on behalf of council. Mulberry Station is a wonderful community. It's one of my favorite neighborhoods. Yes, when I walk that, no, I'm serious. No. You walk there, it's a beautiful
What do you
neighborhood.
like about it?
Drugs do not belong in your community, they do not belong in this township, and I think collectively, as a body here, we have Corporal Grant, you're working with our chief of police, the mayor, our township officials here collectively, we'll try to resolve some of these issues that you have here, and I thank you for coming to our council meeting and making us aware of what's taking place in that neighborhood. That should not take place in that neighborhood, that should not take place in that tot lot. And I know where that tot lot is situated, and I can't fathom that that is taking place during the middle of the day in your neighborhood. So thank you for coming out this evening. We will work collectively to resolve those issues with you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you very much.